Paris, 1930. The world stood on the brink of immense change, but in the midst of the bustling streets and echoing train stations, a single leap over a puddle would soon shift the world of photography forever. Henri Cartier-Bresson's snapshot, a mere fraction of a second, encapsulated a philosophy, an emotion, and an art form. Welcome to What Makes a Good Photo. Let's journey back to that decisive moment and dive deep into this iconic photograph, unraveling the layers that make it not just a photo, but a moment that forever changed the way we see the world. Henri Cartier-Bresson, a name etched in time. To journey through his life is to walk alongside the pages of history itself. Born 1908 in France, the world of arts beckoned him early on. Painting was his first love, but a camera soon stole his art. But for Henri, photography was more than just images. It was about capturing the very essence of existence. And from this profound understanding arose a concept, the decisive moment. Inspired by Cardinal de Retz's wisdom, Henri saw the world in moments, not just any moments, but those that defined existence. 1930, Paris. Behind the Saint-Lazare station, life's dance was in full swing. And in the midst of this, a simple act was about to become immortal. A man, a puddle, a leap. To any passerby, it was mundane. But through Henri's lens, it was a symphony of shapes, shadows, and reflections. This wasn't just a photo, this was the decisive moment. A testimony to Henri's philosophy, where time stood still, capturing sheer perfection. Henri Cartier-Bresson's legacy reminds us, in the chaos of life, there are moments of unparalleled beauty, waiting to be seen, to be captured, to be remembered. At first glance, it's a man jumping a puddle, but let's dive deeper. Notice the geometry and balance, the strict, linear lines of the railings against the man's fluid motion. These leading lines, both real and shadowed, draw our eyes directly to the heart of the action. They're like arrows, guiding our gaze. The reflection? It's not just an image, it's a narrative. It speaks of fleeting moments, here now and gone in a blink, but always leaving an imprint. Now, observe the framing. The advertisements, the ground, the sky. Everything converges, yet provides ample space for the man's leap to breathe, making his motion both solitary and monumental. Cartier-Bresson's mastery of the rule of thirds is undeniable. Notice how the horizon and the leaping man align with the grid's intersections, cementing him as the epicenter of the moment. And don't miss the depth. The layered foreground, midground, and background together paint a vivid 3D tableau on a 2D canvas. In essence, every piece of this composition sings its own note in the grand symphony of the decisive moment. A masterclass in how every element, no matter how small, plays its part in the grand narrative. Color can paint the world in all its vibrancy, but in black and white, we find the soul. See the spectrum of tones, from the profound blacks of the railings and man to the luminous whites of the sky's reflection. This stark contrast amplifies the drama, thrusting the pivotal moment into sharp focus. Stripped of color, every detail pops. Feel the roughness of the worn posters, the liquid dance of the puddle, the earthiness of the ground. There's an emotional depth and grayscale, a nostalgia, a daily grind juxtaposed with fleeting perfection. It's where simplicity dances with depth. To sum it up, color captures life, but black and white, it captures essence. And in this iconic image, Cartier-Bresson immortalized not just a leap over water, but a leap across time. Leica rangefinders. In this photographic realm of Cartier-Bresson's era, these were not just cameras, they were revolutionaries. Compact, delivering unmatched image quality, and designed with subtlety and contrast to the more obtrusive cameras of the time. A favorite among street photographers. One of the paramount reasons Cartier-Bresson held the Leica rangefinder in such high esteem was its unobtrusiveness. The muted shutter allowed him to seize moments with minimal disturbance, ensuring genuine, unposed moments. And the 50mm lens, often termed the normal lens, this wasn't a random choice. It mirrors the perspective and field of view of our own eyes. This lends a unique authenticity to the photographs, making scenes appear true to life and undistorted. With its renowned sharpness and depth, the 50mm lens was a gem. It could create a soft background blur, or, when needed, capture sharp details from the foreground to the horizon. Its versatility, able to frame anything from a close-up portrait to a sprawling landscape, made it indispensable to Cartier-Bresson. Cartier-Bresson's philosophy was one of mastery over multiplicity. He believed in honing skills with a single tool rather than getting lost in a sea of equipment. His steadfastness to the Leica and the 50mm lens was more than brand loyalty, it was a testament to his belief in mastering his craft. To conclude, for Cartier-Bresson, the union of the Leica rangefinder and the 50mm lens wasn't just a technical pairing. It was a harmonization of his vision and tools. Through this synergy, he immortalized moments with intimacy and authenticity, influencing generations of photographers. Exposure settings, the intricate dance of light and time that gives life to a photograph. Let's start with the aperture. This is the eye of the camera. A wide aperture, like f1.8, ushers in more light and carves out a soft, dreamy background. A smaller one, say f16, lets in less light but ensures clarity across the frame. Our iconic photo has clarity from foreground to background. The puddle, the man, the railings, even the distant buildings, all in sharp focus. This suggests that Cartier-Bresson chose a smaller aperture for depth. The man, suspended in mid-air without a trace of blur. This demands a fast shutter speed, essential for capturing the fleeting dance of street life. In the days before digital, it wasn't ISO, but film speed. Judging by the photograph's grain and clarity, a moderate ISO film might have been Cartier-Bresson's choice. While high ISOs embrace the grain and light sensitivity, lower ISOs strive for that pristine clarity. Yet beyond the technical lay intuition, Cartier-Bresson was an artist driven by instinct. While he respected the craft, it was his gut feel, melded with experience, that often led the way. So while we may speculate on the exact settings of behind the Gare Saint-Lazare, it's clear that Cartier-Bresson's blend of technical prowess and instinctive vision gave birth to this timeless capture. Lighting. It paints, it molds, it creates. For photographers, it's the brushstroke that defines the canvas. Natural light is an ever-changing dance, each hour bringing its own palette. Cartier-Bresson often let nature's whims guide his shots. In our iconic image, it's evident. The raw, unfiltered embrace of natural light. No studio setups, no artifice, just the pure authenticity of the moment. Now, midday sun is often a photographer's nemesis. Its unyielding glare, its deep shadows, but for Cartier-Bresson, these became allies. Look at the crisp shadows. They form geometric patterns, lend depth, and stretch the narrative. The man's shadow, especially, feels alive, echoing his leap. The light outdoors is fleeting, ever-shifting, and Cartier-Bresson's genius lay not just in capturing a leap, but in seizing that perfect confluence of light. While many see the darkroom as a place of transformation, for Cartier-Bresson, it was more about preservation. His philosophy? Purity. He believed in capturing the essence of the scene, devoid of post-production alterations. Yes, he was familiar with the darkroom. Techniques like dodging and burning were used, not to deceive, but to guide the viewer's eye. Cropping? A rare practice for him, but looking at the negative of the original photo, we can see he did in fact crop this one. Above all, his editing was ethical. No artifice, just truth. For in every grain, shadow, and light, Cartier-Bresson saw the heart of photography. His philosophy, the decisive moment, became more than just a phrase. It became a brand, a challenge, a belief. From Paris to New York, Tokyo to Johannesburg, his works resonated universally. They transcended borders, telling tales that every heart could relate to. Generations looked upon behind the Gare Saint-Lazare and saw more than just an image. They saw an aspiration, a quest for their own defining moments. Educationally, it became a touchstone, a chapter in textbooks, a discussion in seminars, setting the gold standard for candid captures. And its influence didn't stop at photography. Cinema, literature, art. Behind the Gare Saint-Lazare became a cultural phenomenon, representing the serendipitous dance of chance and skill. Henri Cartier-Bresson didn't just give us a photograph. He gifted us the lens to see, appreciate, and immortalize the magic of the mundane. From the iconic behind the Gare Saint-Lazare, timeless wisdom emerges for every photographer. Every frame hides a story, every scene a lesson. The first main takeaway is that patience is key. Wait for the world to align, for the magic to reveal itself. The second takeaway is observe keenly. Discover rhythms in chaos, beauty in the mundane. Number 3 is trust your intuition. Let it guide your shots, even when logic hesitates. Number 4 is composition matters. Direct the eyes, tell your story. Number 5 is embrace natural elements. Dance with nature's light and shadows. Let Cartier-Bresson's masterpiece be your guide. In its depths lie the secrets to honing your craft. Through this singular image, Cartier-Bresson did not merely depict a man leaping over a puddle, but leaped himself into the annals of photographic history. In a world saturated with images, Cartier-Bresson's work stands as a beacon, illuminating the path for photographers and art enthusiasts alike, urging us to seek, observe, and cherish the fleeting moments that define our shared human experience. Thanks for watching.